Oregon keeps on rolling against Cal. Bo Nix,
the most interesting team in that segment, in my opinion.
The Bo Nix-assance. Yeah, well, they are because of one particular result. And then UCLA, as we are recording this, UCLA is up 38-13 on Stanford with 4:11 to go. They're going to win this game. So they're in good shape. UCLA got let Arizona score quite a bit, but they wind up winning that game. No Jordan Addison or Mario Williams in that game, but they survive. So, one-loss Pac-12 teams. We still feel like they're in the hunt, right?
Well, that's the next segment, I think.
Okay, let's just
honestly
do that,
don't know. Like, which team is more attractive to the playoff right now? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Is it USC or Oregon? Oregon looks much, much better than USC right now, but USC hasn't been blown out by anybody.
True. This is true. Oregon blown out by Georgia. Now, you can make the argument it was game one and teams evolve. I will say this. The way USC has played over the last few weeks, I am not confident USC will make it through the season without taking another loss.
I think I'm with you on that.
So that leaves UCLA and Oregon. And we think it's possible for both of them to go through the season without taking another loss. The question is, which of those is more attractive as a one-loss Pac-12 champ to the playoff
UCLA?
committee?
Did you say UCLA too?
I did say UCLA and Oregon.
Yeah. Well, Oregon beat the crap out of UCLA.
They did. But in our scenario, UCLA would have to beat them in the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, I guess if UCLA beats them in a revenge game, that would be the most attractive candidate because they would have only lost one time, and the one team that they did lose to, they beat. To me, that's the most attractive candidate. The problem
is UCLA's non-conference schedule is garbage.
Yeah. But we're just talking about the Pac-12 attractive candidates.
Well, but that's a piece of it, though. Like, if they were sitting there with a really great non-conference win, then you'd be feeling really good about it. Instead, they beat Bowling Green and Alabama State and barely survived South Alabama.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so let's just map out the resumes here, okay?
Okay.
So UCLA wins out.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game. They finished as a one-loss team, and the only team that they lost to, they beat at the end.
Yes,
they would
be in the hunt.
Now, that's resume one.
Yes.
Resume two is Oregon running the table, beating the crap out of everybody, winning the Pac-12, beating USC at the end of the year, but having the Georgia loss hanging over their head. Okay?
They would be in the hunt. They would need chaos, but they would be in the hunt.
Right, but
especially if Georgia's the one seed.
That's two. Now USC wins out, beats UCLA in the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
Beats Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game. The only loss that they have is a 1-point loss on the road to Utah. Which of those three resumes that I just outlined to you is the most attractive in the College Football Playoff Committee's eyes?
Probably USC.
I'm with you. I think it's USC.
Well, they've also beaten Notre Dame at that point too.
Yeah,
and I realize that's not that big of a deal, but it helps.
And I think UCLA would be 2, and Oregon would be 3.
Right.
And the most ironic part about this, and the reason why I was leading you down this road, is that the best team of the 3
is probably
unfortunately
Oregon.
Has the worst potential best resume of the 3. So that makes the Pac-12, in my mind, very dicey as it pertains to getting the 4th spot in the playoff.
Agreed. But can we agree that as of today, there are 3 Pac-12 teams alive for a playoff spot?
I think we can agree on that.
Okay.
You can't eliminate any of them.
All right. So we're gonna keep a running tally. So that is 3.
Okay. So let me write them down. USC, UCLA, and Oregon are still technically alive. Okay.
Yes. Let us move to the Big 12.
The Big 12. Let's do it. Okay.
TCU is obviously still alive.
TCU is alive. Okay. So Kansas State is out.
They have a loss to Tulane. So and they've lost to TCU. So they're out in terms of the playoff. Yes.
Okay. That's it.
That's
right?
it.
TCU's
'Cause
it.
Oklahoma State losing on Saturday ends them.
Yeah,
So
that's it. Okay.
It's really TCU. So
So there's
and I think they can lose one as long as it's not the championship game.
okay, yeah, I think so. All right, Big Ten is just 2, right? Michigan and OSU.
Big Ten is Michigan. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not.
Illinois.
If Illinois wins out, which means they've beaten Michigan, and then wins the Big Ten championship game, they are in.
That's right.
So it's 3.
Yeah, Illinois still plays Michigan in the regular season, right?
Correct. And let's not
Yes.
forget that Illinois' loss
It's
was
not even a
really
loss.
bad call against Indiana. They should not have lost that game.
Okay, you're right. Thank you for catching that. You have to catch those if I'm wrong about something. Okay.
No, that's okay. So we have 3 in the Pac-12. We have 1 in the Big 12. We have 3 in the Big 10.
Okay, let's go to the SEC. Georgia, obviously.
Georgia, obviously.
Tennessee, obviously.
Yep. Alabama still. One
Alabama.
loss. I think LSU's out.
LSU's out.
So even if LSU wins the SEC championship,
Okay, but Ole Miss in?
Ole Miss is still very much alive. I don't think they're going to make it because I don't think they're going to beat Alabama.
But they're every
But
bit as alive as Illinois is.
Very much so. Yes, for the same reasons.
Okay. So now we'll go to the ACC. Clemson's still alive.
Clemson is still alive.
Okay.
And North Carolina is still
And
alive.
North Carolina is still alive. Okay. Are there any group of 5 teams that I'm forgetting about right now off the top of my head that could technically be alive?
No,
Okay.
there's no undefeated one.
So here are all the teams that are alive for the playoff. USC, UCLA, Oregon, TCU, Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois,
That's awesome.
Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, Clemson, and USC. The 4-team field will consist of one of those teams.
That's 13 teams, Ari. It's Halloween weekend.
13
That's great.
teams on Halloween weekend is it's great for podcasting. Let's put it that way. We're in a good
It is.
spot.